Today's program is brought to you by OTCStockShark.com. For the latest and greatest OTC and Pink Sheets information, sign up for your account at OTCStockShark.com. Thank you for tuning in to TBC Today. I'm Brandon Vincent.
And I'm Angelina Soriano.
In financial news, after weeks of falling, the average interest rate on a 30-year fixed-rate home mortgage rose slightly this week, according to Freddie Mac's weekly survey of conforming mortgage rates. And the average rate on a 15-year fixed-rate mortgage remained unchanged from last week. The rate on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage averaged 4.35% for the week ended September 9th, up from 4.32% last week. It averaged 5.07% a year ago. It's the first time the mortgage rate has risen since the week ended June 17th. Meanwhile, the rate on a 15-year fixed-rate mortgage averaged 3.38%, remaining at its record low set last week. The rate on 5-year Treasury indexed hybrid adjustable rate mortgages averaged 3.56%, down from 3.54% last week and 4.51% a year ago. The 1-year Treasury indexed ARM averaged 3.46%, down from 3.5% last week. To obtain the rates, the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage and the 1-year ARM require payment of an average of 0.7 points, while the 15-year fixed-rate mortgage and the 5-year ARM required payment of an average of 0.6 points. A point is 1% of the mortgage amount, charged as prepaid interest. In U.S. news, 9 years after the September 11th attacks, visible progress is finally being made towards rebuilding the World Trade Center site known as Ground Zero. Delays from political scrutiny and financing concerns have dominated the public image of the roughly $11 billion project in the absence of a gleaming new skyscraper or memorial to those who died when al-Qaeda hijackers destroyed the Twin Towers. But while rapid, visible progress has been made since the last anniversary of the attacks, which has captured little attention, instead the debate about Ground Zero has shifted to other concerns, such as the proposed Islamic Cultural Center to be built 2 blocks from the site. 2 of 4 planned office towers are heading skyward. The signature One World Trade Center is nearly 40 stories tall, on its way to 106 with an antenna that will reach 1,776 feet, making it the tallest building in the United States upon completion, expected by 2013. The project is exceedingly complex, with a memorial and museum going in alongside 4 very tall buildings, a transportation hub, and a performing arts center, all being built on top of active subway and commuter rail lines. In international news, the Indian government decided to poll all of its citizens on their caste for the first time in 80 years in a major policy shift on the controversial issue. Caste, in effect, a person's standing in the hierarchy of Hinduism, continues to define many aspects of Indian society, such as marriage, and appealing to voters, especially in rural areas. Yet, amid a growing and modernizing economy and a young population, caste significance has waned, and the government since independence in 1947 has resisted emphasizing caste for fear of creating divisions and tensions between the various caste levels. The Indian Constitution bans discrimination on the basis of race and caste. The Indian government didn't provide a specific rationale for polling people on their caste, nor did it specifically say it would poll people of their religions, such as Christians or Muslims. But supporters of the move say it will help the government better target welfare programs and other services aimed at those in lower castes, who tend to also be on the lower rungs of the socio-economic ladder. Though it hasn't polled for all castes, India does count those on the lowest rung, known as Dalits, for a special program and quotas in the government jobs and educations. These programs have been expanded over the years, and gaining an updated look at the caste population could lead to a more effective provision of services. Critics fear that defining the caste population could exacerbate inter-caste tensions and discrimination. India's Office of the Registrar General and Census Commissioner will first measure people on their caste and tribes, and the information then will be classified by an expert group that Indian government will form at a later date. The last time a full caste census was conducted was under British rule in 1931. The government acknowledged it was changing a practice that they had given up as a matter of policy after independence.
Ever wish you had sonic hearing? Well, now you can with the amazing Silver Sonic XL from Bell & Howell. It's lightweight and small, just like a cell phone ear adapter. The flexible ear mount easily adjusts to fit all ear shapes and sizes, and the molded ear tip lets it fit you comfortably. Best of all, it looks like a cell phone ear adapter. The Silver Sonic XL amplifies sounds up to 50 decibels, so you can easily keep track of your kids at play. And it picks up sounds from more than 30 yards away, so no one will know you have sonic hearing.
Her body is amazing. I wish I could look like that.
The Bell & Howell Silver Sonic XL is yours for only $19.95. But wait, when you call, ask about our deluxe model upgrade that's fully rechargeable and comes with its own charger. Get Silver Sonic XL now and start hearing things you've never heard before. Call now.
To order your Silver Sonic XL, call 1-800-230-7100 or send $19.95 plus shipping to the address on your screen. But for quicker service, call 1-800-230-7100.
In entertainment news, in New York, as part of the city's Summer Streets program, in which large swaths of bustling thoroughfares are closed to vehicular traffic on Saturdays in August, 3 dumpsters converted for use as swimming pools are gracing Park Avenue. New Yorkers and tourists lined up early for access to one of 3 sessions in an 8-foot by 22-foot dumpster pools, each providing 140 people with 20 minutes of pool time, as well as use of cabanas, outdoor showers, hammocks, and lounge chairs. Last summer, the pools graced a gritty industrial lot in Brooklyn and became an instant hit. In tech news, want to destroy a roadside bomb? Then think like a 4th grader and reach for your water gun. The Stingray, a device developed by Sandia National Laboratories and an Albuquerque-based company called Team Technologies, shoots a blade of water at an improvised explosive device. According to its inventors, the Stingray's water jet is powerful enough to penetrate steel. Here's how it works. An explosive charge creates a shock wave in the Stingray's water reservoir, propelling the water outward at a rate of speed high enough to slice through a roadside bomb. In other words, it's not a matter of water fizzling a bomb into futility. The Stingray destroys the bomb through the force of the water carries. Over the last decade, the rise of the improvised explosive devices has yielded a correlative rise in unconventional tools to disable it. One proposal called for electrocuting the bombs. The Pentagon's lavishly funded anti-IED task force urged the military to place radio jammers in troops' backpacks to block the bomb's remote detonation frequencies, outfit their trucks with devices to activate the bomb's tripwires from a distance, and make plentiful use of bomb-disposing robots. But as bizarre as the Stingray might seem, its bomb-soaking principle recalls a tactic the British used against the Irish Republican Army explosives, and it's also been put to use in Iraq, where Big Mike's water jugs packed with C4 to shoot aqua at 26,000 feet per second at an explosive were part of the ordnance disposal toolkit. Sandia has spent 2 years souping up the 70s-era technology for today's IED threat. In Afghanistan, the effort to combat roadside bombs has focused more on finding and fighting the networks that build the bombs and less on taking out individual bomb planners or zapping the devices outright. 2 anti-IED task forces in Afghanistan, known as Odin and the Paladin, recently shifted their operations toward aerial surveillance and forensic bomb detonation as part of the military's broader shift away from simply killing insurgents. The Stingrays might help fill the gap between attacking IED networks and disabling the bombs they plant. In green news, it seems like the mob has discovered that there's money to be made with wind power in Italy. The mafia is up to its usual trips: fraud, extortion, bribery, money laundering, and more. Police wiretaps even caught an alleged mafioso telling his wife, "Not one turbine blade will be built in Marazza unless I agree to it." In Italy, power from wind farms is sold at a guaranteed rate of the highest in the world. In a country where the mafia has years of experience at buying corrupt politicians and intimidating rivals, the result is perhaps inevitable, creating a new breed of entrepreneur known as the Lords of the Wind. Around 30 wind farms have been built in Sicily, and another 60 planned, often to the anger of the local people who say that they blight an otherwise picturesque landscape. Dino Leggio, a barman in Corleone, claimed that many of the turbines that now dotted the island made money only for politicians and the mafia. Last year, detectives launched a major investigation into suspicions that mafia clans had collided with corrupt businessmen and local politicians to secure control of a project to construct wind turbines in the area of western Sicily. But Italy is not the only place where there is renewable energy fraud. High guaranteed rates for electricity produced from clean sources are making some wind and solar farms claim that they are producing more power than they actually are. There's a solar farm in Spain that was claiming to be producing electricity at night. After officials looked into it, it turned out that they were using diesel generators. Now, of course, criminals are present in every industry, and these bad apples represent just a small fraction of the total. But still, well-intentioned investors and governments should be extra careful about where they are putting their money. Thank you for tuning in to TBC Today. I'm Brandon Vincent.
And I'm Angelina Soriano.